All right, at DCC, about a week away from the start of the season, Kevon Davenport, senior, team captain. You know, how do you feel about where you guys are as a team right now?
I feel pretty good. I feel like as a team we're looking really well. We're having crisp, clean practices. We're stringing things together, and we're starting to look, season ready. I think in the next couple of days we can really make some big gains that'll have us, in pretty good shape to go into the season and, have a good season.
You won the GFC mid-October, and then didn't wrestle Super 32s. It wasn't a health situation, was it? Like injury or?
Yeah, it was weird. It was like I woke up and I was kind of having like chest pains, and so it kind of like continued on. And I went to a heart specialist because I know as a kid I used to have kind of like minor problems, but anytime it comes back around, it's always something that you want to be a bit careful about. So went and got an EKG. Everything came back fine, and at that point, it was probably about Thursday. I hadn't practiced really all week, so I kind of felt like it was best to sit that one out,
So just a little precaution type thing. Okay. What do you weigh right now? You look pretty big.
Surprisingly, I'm only like 58, 59.
Okay.
I've just been bulking up, trying to look big.
What weight are we going to see at this year? Do you know yet?
I'm not really 100% sure. I mean, I alpha pretty low, so I think that's I get dang near as low as like 45. So just going wherever they tell me to weigh, just weighing what they want me to weigh. I'm sure I'll probably end up at 52, maybe a little 45, who knows, but I know as of right now I'm pretty much geared to go at 60.
Three-timer, trying to be a four-timer, obviously. DCC's never had a four-time state champ. As you go through this season, obviously that's the goal. Have you thought about the history that this program has and what that would mean to accomplish that, and not only join the other 25 or so guys that have done it, but to be the first one from this school?
I mean, I think it means a lot to me. It's something that I've trained for, not being a four-time state champ, but I've just trained for always trying to break records and make history. That's what my dad has always taught me. He said history is really just his story, and so it's my story and how I want to write it. And I feel like I'm someone who's worked hard enough to where I can put my name into the books. And I was CC's first Fargo champ, and I'm looking forward to being our first four-time state champ as well.
You guys were going pretty good today at a group of three. You, Edmund, Amin. Is it like that every day? How often do you guys go?
Usually, whenever we go live, we try to grab each other. Pretty much every day. If we go live, I'll go with Josh or I'll go with Cam, or they'll go together. But usually, whenever we get together, it's pretty entertaining. Your
little brother's in the room this year, freshman. What's that kind of been like, and how do you see the season going if having him on the team with you now?
I treat him just like anybody else. I feel like everyone else on the team is pretty much like my brother, so I just treat him like everybody else. I mean, during practice, but after practice, I'm gonna give him a little bit more attention and try to help him iron out his kinks. And in my opinion, I want him to be way better than me. He's a lot more athletic than me. He's really gifted, and I feel like if he can really iron out his kinks, he can be 10 times better than me. He's an athlete, dude.
I don't think we touched on this at the GFC, but going to Nebraska after this season, not to look ahead, but you signed with them. What kind of went into that decision, and what you were getting looked at by a lot of good schools. What kind of set Nebraska apart?
It felt like home. I felt like things were kind of coming down to Michigan, North Carolina State, and Nebraska. And I was really liking Michigan, and I was liking the other schools, and then I went out to Nebraska for that one more time, and everything just felt like really similar to the environment that we have here. All the guys are really tight knitted. Everyone's constantly always hanging out with each other, and they're a family, and they go in the room, they handle business, they work hard. And then it's funny because I just got back from Nebraska on a Sunday. And I was geared up to go to North Carolina State the next weekend, and I'm like, God, give me a sign of, what do you think I should do? Help me to, figure this decision out. And the next morning I wake up and a hurricane is supposed to hit North Carolina, and I'm like, well,
there you go.
How much clearer of a sign can I get? You know what I mean? And so, I just feel like, God works in mysterious ways, and that's the way he wanted me to go, and that's where I went.
Well, congrats on the signing, and best of luck this year going for 4. Appreciate the time, and you got anything else?
Josh is by far the most athletic person in the room, and I don't think that he can be scored on off of a single leg.
All right, we'll take that into consideration. Thanks, Kevon.